You are listening to Annasach Audio.
Don't go fretting, Johnny. A day's worth worrying won't fill our bellies.
Lizzie, if I don't fret, we'll be starving come Christmas. The firm's been teetering for years, and now with all these jobs gone, Mr. Chumley might shut up shop in a few months. Then what? Where'd that leave us?
There'll always be something, Johnny. You'll find a way to keep us above water.
I don't see how. We're barely scraping by as it is. I've raked up such a good debt with Mr. Bumblebee. I fear we have us eaten from the gutter in a few days. Maybe I'll have to return to my younger days of thieving food from Tottenham Market.
John Horner, we will not be stooping to those levels. Besides, you were never a good thief. Managed to get yourself caught, as I recall. We'll manage. I know we will. Don't look so glum. It's nearly Christmas.
Christmas? What's the use? We've got nothing. Every last farthing went on blankets and my tools are falling apart. This next job might be the last for these poor sweeps. Look at them. Hardly a soul left in them. The bristles are coming out in clumps, a bit like the hair on my bonds. See, look at the sweep.
Johnny, get that filthy thing out of my face. My lungs won't take it.
Sorry, love. Sorry. I didn't think. It won't be long.
Dr. Davidson reckons maybe before the end of January, as I'm as plump as a Christmas pudding.
I wish we could afford one.
Good heavens, Johnny, 11 o'clock. You've got to run to the Hotel Cosmopolitan straight off.
Right you are. I'll make all haste.
Another rough job?
Nah, just a repair. Shouldn't keep me long.
Well, hurry then, and maybe, just maybe, they'll toss you a little something for Christmas.
That's the hope. I'll be back at the lodgings once I'm done. I love you, Lizzie.
And you, Johnny Horner. You'll get us on the right road, and before Johnny Horner Jr. arrives.
Strike me pink. I ain't ever run that fast in all my chuff. But at least I'm here. The Hotel Cosmopolitan. Well, cover me in creosote. Is this a hotel or a royal palace? I've never seen the like.
You there? Yes, you.
Me, sir?
No, the pauper in the straw cap and the dicky bow. Yes, of course, you. What business have you here? You're tracking soot all over the red carpet. Who are you?
John Horner, sir. You sent for a plumber?
By my word, you look like you haven't seen a farthing for weeks. From Chumley's, I take it?
That's right, sir. Repair job, wasn't it?
Quite so. Bring your toolbox and follow me inside. And do try to avoid the carpet. It would be most tolerable. Normally you lot would use the back entrance, but you are delayed enough as is.
Right you are, sir. Beautiful place, sir.
I should think so.
Begging your pardon for my lateness, sir.
I'll have one of the maids show you the room in need of your services. You seem mesmerized staring at the building.
I've never seen an establishment like this, sir. It's beautiful. And your Christmas tree, quite exquisite. My wife would adore it. I'm sure your service is as fine as the decor.
A pity you could never afford it. I beg pardon, my manners slip. I am James Ryder, upper attendant here at the Hotel Cosmopolitan. Please retract your hand. I would not have you ruin these cream Swiss gloves with your grimy fingerprints.
Oh, my apologies, Mr. Ryder.
You sent for me, Mr. Ryder?
Yes, thank you, Miss Cusack. Kindly show Mr. Harbour.
Horner?
Kindly show Mr. Honor up to her ladyship's suite, if you please. He's here to repair the grate in the dressing room fireplace. It was loose and the client was less than impressed. Can't have that. Lead the way, Miss Cusack.
Of course, sir. Right this way, Mr. Horner.
I shall join you shortly, Miss Cusack. Keep Mr. Honor within your line of sight at all times.
Yes, sir. This way, please.
There's something off about that plumber. Never trust a man with dirty fingernails.
Do you work here? It must be a canny job to have. Your outfit's so proper.
Yours, Liv. leaves much to be desired. I do not work here, no. I travel with my ladyship.
Your ladyship?
Indeed, it is her room you're attending.
And who might that be?
Sir, do you not read the newspaper? Are you not aware of who resides at this hotel? I speak of the Countess of Morcar.
Oh, I see. I'm not familiar with her, man.
Well, here we are, sir. And here is the offending fireplace, with its loose grate. If you could please see to your work.
Right you are. Yes, I see the problem well enough. Come loose over time. A simple fix won't take me long at all.
I hope not. I shall attend to my duties while you execute yours.
Of course. Just need to solder this back into place. It won't take a jiffy. By corks, if my wife could see a room like this, she'd start doing cartwheels, which in her state would be quite the feat.
Is crippled.
No, pregnant.
How lovely for you.
Most certainly.
My ladyship, the Countess, chooses her rooms most carefully. They must meet her every requirement precisely. The fact that this establishment provided a room with a vault and the fireplace was much to her taste. She is a perfectionist. I must therefore encourage you to be swift. She returns from her visitation within the hour, and it will discredit the establishment were one of the lower classes still within her rooms upon her return.
Understand, madame. I'll be quick about it. Out on a pleasure event, is she?
Not quite. She's at an early Christmas dinner at number 10 Downing Street.
Corks. That's quite an honour.
A mere trifle to my ladyship.
Well, if I was going to dinner with the Prime Minister, I'd have more than a trifle.
I beg your pardon?
A joke, miss.
I see.
Miss Cusack, how is the job progressing?
Sluggishly, sir.
Well, come on, man, increase the pace. There might be a guinea in it for you.
That's very generous, sir. I won't let you down.
No, you will not. Miss Cusack,
Mr. Ryder?
may I speak with you privately?
I should think so, yes.
Come this way.
There, that should do it. A simple job, neat and tidy. Not a mark elsewhere in the room. A pretty chamber, this. Must be a dressing room. See, these gowns are gorgeous silk. The wife would love togs like this. And... good heavens above! What's this? It's beautiful. I've never seen such a thing. It's so very small. So very blue. A gem like that, why, my poor Lizzie's fears would vanish in an instant. We could afford a room like this. We'd afford 100 of them. What beautiful blue stone. A woman like the Countess shouldn't leave it lying out like that.
Mr. Honor, are you finished?
Oh, yes, sir. Quite, sir. All done. The rate's as solid as the day it was first installed. More so, even. The room's quite now perfected.
Excellent. Mr. Honor, you may go.
Where may I receive payment, sir?
It will be sent to your employer.
Sir,
Well, why do you remain? Be off with you.
I believe I'm owed a tip, sir. Compliments of the season and all.
It will be mailed to your employer. Do not ask again.
I see. Well, I'll take my leave.
Yes, I think you will.
Mr. Ryder, Miss Cusack, my compliments of the season to you both.
Merry Christmas, Mr. Honor. Miss Cusack, you may return to your duties.
Yes, sir. I have much to do before my lady returns.
Indeed you do. As do I. Wait one moment.
What are you doing? I drew the curtains as per the Countess' wishes, and now you're opening them.
I wish to see that man Honor leaving. Wait.
That bloke needs a bath. Surprisingly red stood all over the carpet.
A commoner. The sort of no-goods who should be nowhere near establishments of this quality. Yes, there he is. He's gone, and now I shall continue my duties. What is it? What's the matter?
The Blue Carbuncle has been stolen!
Read all about it, read all about it. Only sixpence. The Blue Carbuncle stolen. Countess of Morcar's prized gemstone missing from the Hotel Cosmopolitan. Arrest made. Read all about it. Famous jewel stolen from London hotel. Read all about it.
I'll have one.
Thank you, Dr. Watson. Here you are, sir.
Thank you. Say, it's Bill Wigg, isn't it? Finally on the straight and narrow with the newspaper job.
Straight and narrow? Stuff that. A job's only as good as the pay, Doctor, and mine's not worth the ink it's printed with. The papers I don't sell will be fuel for the fires back at the irregulars' den.
Well, that's charitable of you, Mr. Wigg.
Doctor, how many times? It's Wiggins.
Ah, yes. Very good, Wiggins. Tell you what. Season of goodwill and all that.
You're a gentleman, Dr. Watson. Merry Christmas to you, sir. And to Mr. Holmes, too.
Thank you, Wiggins.
Read all about it. John Horner arrested over theft of prized Blue Carbuncle. Read all about it.
Oh, good gracious. Mercy, thank you. Now, yes, here we are.
Yes, coming. Oh, Dr. Watson. I did wonder when you'd be popping round this festive season.
Mrs. Hudson, how wonderful you are looking.
Oh, stop it, you. Come in. You'll catch your death of cold out there.
Thank you, Mrs. Hudson. Thank you indeed. Merry Christmas.
And to you too, Doctor. Merry Christmas indeed.
I see you're in good spirits. Your pallor is quite rosy.
Oh, hi, Doctor. It's been a joyful year, thank the Lord. Most happy to see you here, sir.
This time of year, Mrs. Hudson, there are all manner of colds and ailments that keep me tied to the surgery. But I managed to find some time to escape this afternoon so that I might visit the old place. And the old man. Is he in?
Oh, yes, sir. With a client.
A client? What sort of case?
Missing jewel or some such. I never trouble myself with the details, as you know. Now let me take your coat, your hat, oh, and that scarf. It's ever so quiet without you here, Doctor. And look at you, skin and bone. I'll put something on the boil. That Mary of yours can't be feeding you proper.
Believe me, Mrs. Hudson, I'm being well fed. Still, in the spirit of the season, would you happen to have any plum pudding?
Mr. Holmes theorized you'd turn up before the New Year's bells and insist I make some. Of course, Dr. Watson, I'll bring some right up. Mr. Holmes will be wanting his tea anyhow.
You're a gift from God, Mrs. Hudson. I'll go up and see him now.
Of course, Doctor, of course.
Business as usual.
I had heard excellent reports from the clerics at Ponsonby's concerning the establishment's reputation and believed it entirely respectable. I had no suspicion they would outsource their menial tasks to such ruffian blackguards. I tell you, Mr. Holmes, I shall see the rope used on this one. Yet he will not speak. Not a word to the inspectors. In days of yore, they would have given his fingers the chop for such a crime. Better days. We are no closer to finding my stone. Your references, however, are most satisfactory. The Prime Minister himself was most effusive in his praise of your work, and naturally I am an avid reader of the stories of your exploits printed within the page of the Strand magazine. I believe you're the right man to recover my Blue Carbuncle, Mr. Sherlock Holmes.
My dear lady, I regret I must decline your commission. My time this Christmas is entirely occupied.
Nonsense, Mr. Holmes. The recovery of my jewel is of paramount importance.
Surely Scotland Yard is already engaged on the matter. They are very capable.
I have no confidence in the police.
The inspectors are competent in cases of this nature, I assure you.
Competent? They failed to recover the Black Pearl of the Borgies. That was your triumph, I believe. Discovered within some marble bust of that wretched French warmonger Napoleon. You are far more suited to the task. All the police have managed is to arrest some wretched workman.
Then the case, madame, is closed. The police have their man.
Hardly! The thief may be in custody behind lock and key, but the stone remains missing.
That it is only a matter of time before it is found. We must have faith in the good people of Scotland Yard.
I am told you work with great speed and precision. You must begin immediately. Name your price. I shall gladly pay it. I already have a reward set for the stone, but for you, Mr. Holmes, I would offer estates.
You fail to hear me, Countess.
A large sum of money, enough to move you from Baker Street to Buckinghamshire. You will take the case.
No.
You are impertinent, sir.
I have given my advice. Your case lies properly in the hands of the Metropolitan Police, who possess all the resources necessary to recover your stone.
My stone? You fail to recognize it, treating it as some vanished pebble. This is the Blue Carbuncle we are discussing.
I am very familiar with the story of the Blue Carbuncle. I am aware of its importance in the world of gemology. It's a most fantastic item, only one of its kind. Yet the police are already employed on the case. For all your knowledge, the good inspectors Bradstreet and Lestrade may be awaiting you at your lodgings with the carbuncle safely secured in their possession.
My maid here, Miss Cusack, was the individual who discovered the carbuncle absent from its secured case. She and the hotel attendant sounded the alarm. When I returned to the Hotel Cosmopolitan and discovered the place surrounded by the constabulary, I fainted on the spot. Cusack here had a time waking me up. Isn't that right, Cusack?
Indeed, my lady. It was an awful day.
Miss Cusack, you discovered the carbuncle missing.
That's right, sir. The man Horner had only just left after fixing a grate on the fireplace, and the carbuncle was gone with him.
Yes, I'm familiar with the case from its numerous retellings within the popular press. Miss Cusack, are you married?
No, sir.
I see.
Why did you flout me so? Wasting time with trivial questions to my help. You have the power to locate the gem yourself, to claim the glory, yet you refuse. Why?
Because, my lady, your case concerns a common thief, and common thieves do not interest me.
You are insolent. A disappointment, Mr. Holmes. Come, Cusack, we shall be free of this place.
Yes, my lady.
This ordeal is quite exhausting, and dealing with such loathsome men as you, Mr. Holmes, is violently draining. Cusack, when we return to our lodgings, have me a bath drawn at once. I must wash away the stench of these failures of men.
At once, my lady.
The most delicate woman. Watson, I hear you on the stairwell. Come in at once. You may have come in earlier. I doubt you would have interrupted what has ended, it seems, as a most unmeaningful and unproductive conversation.
Seems a charming woman.
She has motherly instincts, Watson, terrified for the safety of her child. Alas, in her case, the child is not flesh and blood, but instead it is a most obscure and beautiful stolen stone.
The Blue Carbuncle.
Indeed, indeed. But never mind that dastardly stone, Watson. It is a pleasure to see you again. I trust your surgery is keeping you busy, although by your complexion I would say malnourished. I will have Mrs. Hudson bring you something at once.
Oh, that won't be necessary, Holmes. I popped in to give you this.
Oh, what is this? I say, a gift. How novel.
It is the season, after all, and there is a tradition that I have some seldom managed regarding the exchange of gifts upon this most delightful time of the year.
Watson, I have nothing in return. I do apologize, but I'm most taken aback by this. Please, take your seat and allow me to. Oh, goodness! Watson, I am most grateful for this bonnet.
It's a deerstalker, Holmes. You should perhaps wear it.
I will endeavor to. Thank you, Watson. This is most delightful. Now, on the subject of headwear, I'm very glad you have paid a visit. What do you make of this?
What is it? A black felt hat? A very seedy and disreputable hard felt hat. Much the worse for wear.
I'm glad to have a friend with whom I can discuss my results. The matter is a perfectly trivial one.
I suppose that, homely as it looks, this thing has some deadly story linked to it. That it is the clue which will guide you in the solution of some mystery and the punishment of some crime.
No crime. Only one of those whimsical little incidents which will happen when you have 4 million human beings all jostling each other within the space of a few square miles. Amid the action and reaction of so dense a swarm of humanity, every possible combination of events may be expected to take place, and many a little problem will be presented which may be striking and bizarre without being criminal. We have already had experience of such.
So much so. Out of the last 6 cases which I had added my notes, 3 have been entirely free of any legal crime. I tell you, the readers of the Strand magazine are getting impatient for another tale of factual crime for them to dig their teeth into.
Precisely. You allude to my attempt to recover the Irene Adler papers, in the singular case of Miss Mary Sutherland, and to the adventure of the man with the twisted lip. Well, I have no doubt that this small matter will fall into the same innocent category. You know Peterson, the commissionaire?
Yes, of course.
It is to him that this trophy belongs.
It is his hat.
No, you found it. Its owner is unknown. I beg that you will look upon it not as a battered billycock, but as an intellectual problem. And first, as to how it came here. It arrived upon Christmas morning in company with a good fat goose, which is, I have no doubt, roasting at this moment in front of Peterson's fire.
A goose? Holmes, what tale is this?
The facts are these. About 4 o'clock on Christmas morning, Peterson, who, as you know, is a very honest fellow, was returning from some small jollification and was making his way homeward down Tottenham Court Road. In front of him he saw, in the gaslight, a tallish man, walking with a slight stagger and carrying a white goose slung over his shoulder. As he reached the corner of Goode Street, a row broke out between this stranger and a little knot of roughs. One of the latter knocked off the man's hat, which he raised his stick to defend himself and, swinging it over his head, smashed the shop window behind him. Peterson had rushed forward to protect the stranger from his assailants, but the man, shocked at having broken the window and seeing an official-looking person in uniform rushing towards him, dropped his goose, took to his heels, and vanished amid the labyrinth of small streets which lie at the back of Tottenham Court Road. The roughs had also fled at the appearance of Peterson, so that he was left in possession of the field of battle, and also of the spoils of victory in the shape of this battered hat and a most unimpeachable Christmas goose.
Which surely he restored to their owner.
My dear fellow, there lies the problem. It is true that for Mrs. Henry Baker was printed upon a small card which was tied to the bird's left leg, and it is also true that the initials H.B. are legible upon the lining of this hat. But as there are some thousands of Bakers, and some hundreds of Henry Bakers in this city of ours, it is not easy to restore lost property to any one of them.
What then did our friend Peterson do?
He brought round both hat and goose to me on Christmas morning, knowing that even the smallest problems are of interest to me. The goose we retained upon this morning, when there were signs that, in spite of the slight frost, it would be well that it should be eaten without necessary delay. Its finder has carried it off, therefore, to fulfill the ultimate destiny of goose, while I continue to retain the hat of the unknown gentleman who lost his Christmas dinner.
Did he not advertise?
No.
Then what clue could you have to his identity?
Only as much as we can deduce.
From his hat?
Precisely.
But you are joking. What can you gather from this old battered felt?
Here is my lens. You know my methods. What can you gather yourself as to the individuality of the man who has worn this article?
It is a very ordinary black hat of the usual round shape, hard and much the worse for wear. The lining was once fine red silk, but is now a good deal discoloured. There is no marker's name, but, as you remarked, the initials HB are scrawled upon one side. It is pierced in the brim for a hat securer, but the elastic is missing. For the rest, it is cracked, exceedingly dusty, and spotted in several places, although there seems to have been some attempt to hide the discoloured patches by smearing them with ink. Beyond that, I can see nothing.
On the contrary, Watson, you can see everything. You fail, however, to reason from what you see. You are too timid in drawing from your inferences.
Then pray tell me, what is it that you can infer from this hat?
It is perhaps less suggestive than it might have been, and yet there are a few inferences which are very distinct, and a few others which represent at least a strong balance of probability. That the man was highly intellectual is of course obvious upon the face of it, and also that he was fairly well-to-do within the last 3 years, although he has now fallen upon evil days. He had foresight, but has less now than formerly, pointing to a moral retrogression, which, when taken with the decline of his fortunes, seems to indicate some evil influence, probably drink, at work upon him. This may account also for the obvious fact that his wife has ceased to love him.
My dear Holmes!
He has, however, retained some degree of self-respect. He is a man who leads a sedentary life, goes out little, is out of training entirely, is middle-aged, has grizzled hair which he has had cut within the last few days, and which he anoints with lime cream. These are the more patent facts which are to be deduced from his hat. Also, by the way, that it is extremely improbable that he has gas laid on in his house.
You are joking, Holmes. You must be.
Not in the least. It is possible that even now, when I give you these results, you are unable to see how they are attained.
I have no doubt that I am very stupid, but I must confess that I am unable to follow you. For example, how did you deduce that this man was intellectual?
It is a question of cubic capacity. A man with so large a brain must have something in it.
The decline for his fortunes, then?
This hat is 3 years old. These flat brims curled at the edge came in then. It is a hat of the very best quality. Look at the band of ripped silk and the excellent lining. If this man could afford to buy so expensive a hat 3 years ago, and has had no hat since, then he has assuredly gone down in the world.
Well, that is clear enough, certainly. But how about the foresight and the moral retrogression?
Here is the foresight, the ghost of the hat securer. They are never sold upon hats. If this man ordered one, it is a sign of a certain amount of foresight, since he went out of his way to take this precaution against the wind. But since we see that he has broken the elastic and is not troubled to replace it, it is obvious that he has less foresight now than formerly, which is a distinct proof of a weakening nature. On the other hand, he has endeavoured to conceal some of these stains upon the felt by daubing them in ink, which is a sign that he has not entirely lost his self-respect.
Your reasoning is certainly plausible.
The further points, that he is middle-aged, that his hair is grizzled, that it has been recently cut, and that he uses lime cream, are all to be gathered from a close examination of the lower part of the lining. The lens discloses a large number of hair ends, clean cut by the scissors of the barber. They all appear to be adhesive, and there is a distinct odour of lime cream. This dust, you will observe, is not the gritty grey dust of the street, but the fluffy brown dust of the house, showing that it has been hung upon indoors most of the time, while the marks of moisture upon the inside are proof positive that the wearer perspired very freely, and could therefore hardly be in the best of training.
But his wife, you said that she had ceased to love him.
This hat has not been brushed for weeks. When I see you, my dear Watson, with the week's accumulation of dust upon your hat, and when your wife allows you to go out in such a state, I shall fear that you also have been unfortunate enough to lose your wife's affection.
But he might be a bachelor.
Nay, he was bringing home the goose as a peace offering to his wife. Remember the card upon the bird's leg.
You have an answer to everything. But how on earth do you deduce that the gas is not laid on in this house?
1 tallow stain, or even 2, might come by chance. But when I see no less than 5, I think that there can be little doubt that the individual must be brought into frequent contact with burning tallow. Walks upstairs at night probably with his hat in one hand and a guttering candle in the other. Anyhow, he never got tallow stains from a gas jet. Are you satisfied?
Well, it is very ingenious, but since, as you said just now, there has been no crime committed, and no harm done save the loss of a goose, but all this seems to be a rather waste of your energy.
You can't just go up there. Hold on, will you hold on?
I must. Will you please move out of my way?
What in Dickens' name is going on?
Sir, will you please hold your horses? Good grief, you're up those stairs like a mountain goat. You can't just go in there.
It's all right, Mrs. Hudson. It's all right.
I'm sorry, Mr. Holmes. You just came barging in.
It's quite alright, Mrs. Hudson. We will handle this. It's Peterson, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right, Dr. Watson.
Unsatisfied with your goose? Holmes has just been telling me all about it. Good heavens, man, you're sweating with such ferocity that it looks like you have just been taken a tumble into the Thames.
Reeks like it too.
Thank you, Mrs. Hudson. Peterson, come in. Take a seat.
Thank you, Mr. Holmes.
How can we be of assistance, Peterson?
It's the goose, Mr. Holmes. It's that goose, sir.
Eh? What of it then? Has it returned to life and flapped off through the kitchen window?
Oh, Holmes. Very droll.
See here, sir. See what my wife found in his crop. See, look.
Good grief.
By Jove, Peterson. This is a treasure trove indeed. I suppose you know what you have got.
A diamond, sir, a precious stone, and it cuts in a glass as though it were putty.
It's more than a precious stone. It is the precious stone.
No, it can't be.
Can't be what, sir?
The Blue Carbuncle. The Countess of Morcar's Blue Carbuncle.
Precisely so. I ought to know its size and shape, seeing that I have read the advertisement about it in the Times every day lately. It is absolutely unique. Its value can only be conjectured, but the reward offered of £1,000 is certainly not within a 20th part of the market price.
£1,000? Great Lord of mercy.
This is the reward, and I have reason to know that there are sentimental considerations in the background which would induce the Countess to part with half her fortune if she could but recover the gem.
It was lost, if I remember aright, at the Hotel Cosmopolitan.
Precisely so. On December 22nd, just 5 days ago. John Horner, a plumber, was accused of having abstracted it from the lady's jewel case. The evidence against him was so strong that the case has been referred to the assizes. I have some account of the matter here, I believe. Watson, please read it out for me.
Hotel Cosmopolitan jewel robbery. John Horner, 26, plumber, was brought up upon the charge of having, upon the 22nd of December, abstracted from the jewel case of the Countess of Morcar the valuable gem known as the Blue Carbuncle. James Ryder, upper attendant at the hotel, gave his evidence to the effect that he had shown Horner up to the dressing room of the Countess of Morcar upon the day of the robbery in order that he might solder the second bar of the grate, which was loose. He had remained with Horner some little time, but had finally been called away. On returning, he found that Horner had disappeared, that the bureau had been forced open, and that small morocco casket in which, as it afterwards transpired, the Countess was accustomed to keep her jewel, was lying empty upon the dressing table. Ryder instantly gave the alarm, and Horner was arrested that same evening. But the stone could not be found either upon his person or in his rooms. Catherine Cusack, maid to the Countess, rushed into the room where she found matters as described by the last witness. Inspector Bradstead, B Division, gave evidence as to the arrest of Horner, who struggled frantically and protested his innocence in the strongest terms. Evidence of a previous conviction for theft having been given against the prisoner, the magistrate refused to deal summarily with the offence, but referred it to the assizes. Horner, who had shown signs of intense emotion during the proceedings, fainted away at the conclusion and was carried out of court.
So much for the police court. The question for us now is to solve the sequence of events leading from a rifled jewel case at one end to the crop of a goose in Tottenham Court Road at the other. You see, Watson, our little deductions have suddenly assumed a much more important and less innocent aspect. Here is the stone. The stone came from the goose, and the goose came from Mr. Henry Baker, the gentleman with the bad hat and all the other characteristics with which I have bored you. So now we must set ourselves very seriously to finding this gentleman and ascertaining what part he has played in this little mystery. To do this, we must try the simplest means first, and these lie undoubtedly in an advertisement in all the evening papers. If this fails, I shall have recourse to other methods.
What will you say?
Give me a pencil and that slip of paper. Now, then. Found at the corner of Goode Street, goose and a black felt hat. Mr. Henry Baker can have the same by applying at 6:30 this evening at 221B Baker Street. That is clear and concise.
Very, but will he see it?
Well, he is sure to keep an eye on the papers, since to a poor man the loss was a heavy one. He was clearly so scared by his mischance in breaking the window and by the approach of Peterson that he thought of nothing but flight. And since then he must have bitterly regretted the impulse which caused him to drop the bird. Then, again, the introduction of his name will cause him to see it, for everyone who knows him will direct his attention to it. Now, to get into the papers.
Dear man, you better jump out the window.
Wiggins! Get up here now!
Wiggins?
An associate, Miss Peterson. One of our Baker Street irregulars.
You're what, sir?
Some cases require more than just Watson and myself, but also ears to the ground. A network of individuals who would go unnoticed to collect idle gossip that may be of value, and frequently they run errands.
Wiggins is the ringleader, and a very faithful aide.
What's the trouble, Mr. Holmes?
Run down to the advertising agency and have this put in the evening papers.
In which, sir?
In the Globe, Star, Pall Mall, St. James's Evening News Standard, Duke Journal, Echo, and any others that occur to you. There's a guinea in it for you.
Very well, sir. I'll be back for my wage.
Good lad.
But he's just a nipper. A boy about 12. Mr. Holmes, you were employing urchins.
Believe me, we have attempted to house the poor boys. They are far more happy living on the streets and to their own vices.
I see. Well, what of this stone?
Ah, yes. I shall keep the stone. Thank you. And I say, Peterson, just buy a goose on your way back and leave it here with me. For we must have one to give to this gentleman in place of the one which your family is now devouring.
Right you are, Mr. Holmes. I shall bring you back a nice bird to give the gentleman, or the thief, whatever you might uncover this fellow to be. Do you think this man of honour is innocent?
I cannot tell.
Well then, do you imagine this other one, Henry Baker, had anything to do with the matter?
It is, I think, much more likely that Henry Baker is an absolutely innocent man who had no idea that the bird which he was carrying was of considerably more value than if it were made of solid gold. That, however, I shall determine by a very simple test if we have an answer to our advertisement. But please, Peterson, make haste and fetch us a nice plump bird to recompense Mr. Baker.
Very good, sir, so I shall return presently. Look at that gem, like, sir. It's a thing of beauty. I'll return.
Peterson is right. It is a body thing, this stone. Just see how it glints and sparkles.
Of course, it is a nucleus and focus of crime.
Every good stone is. They are the devil's pet baids. In the larger and older jewels, every facet may stand for a bloody deed.
This stone is not yet 20 years old. It was found in the banks of the Amoy River in southern China, and is remarkable in having every characteristic of the carbuncle, save that it is blue in shade instead of ruby red. In spite of its youth, it is already a sinister history. There have been 2 murders, a vitriol throwing, a suicide, and several robberies brought about for the sake of this 40-grain weight of crystallized charcoal.
Who would think that so petty a toy would be a purveyor to the gallows and the prisons?
I'll lock it up in my strongbox now and drop a line to the Countess to say we have it. We can do nothing else until we receive an answer to our summons in the newspaper.
In that case, I shall continue my professional round. But I shall come back in the evening, for I should like to see the solution of so tangled a business.
Very glad to see you. I dine at 7. There is a woodcock, I believe. By the way, in view of recent occurrences, perhaps I ought to ask Mrs. Hudson to examine its crop.
Perhaps best. Neither of us want to swallow a fortune. I shall bid you adieu for the time being, but I shall return later.
I look forward to that. It is rather a beautiful stone. But how did it come to get here? If it spoke, we would not need further investigation. Nevertheless, it has no capacity to do so. There are a few ways I could muse upon this investigation, but perhaps this is the best way.
It wasn't me. It wasn't me, I swear. God have mercy. It wasn't me. I did not take that stone. I did not.
Horner! Horner!
Constable, what is it? Are they letting me go?
Letting you go? Ha! Why would we do that? You robbed the stone, Horner. You'll see a stint in Newgate's not for it, and a welcome that's none too gentle. That's what awaits you.
Please. I didn't do this. I didn't take the stone. My wife, she's out there. She's with child. She needs me. Surely they cannot leave her at the mercy of the streets.
Actually, Mucker, she's not out there. She's here. Came to visit. So make yourself presentable, and spare us the drivelling.
She's here. I must see her.
Let the lady in. Behave yourself, Horner. Make the most of it while you may.
Johnny!
Lizzie. Oh, my dearest love. How a light you are, shining in this dank, miserable place.
Oh, Johnny! You look like a man returned from some ghastly battlefield. What have they done to you? Your wrists!
These iron links. Too tight. My bones ache. Are you safe, my love?
Your name's in every paper, Johnny. Mr. Chumley came searching for you. He's given you the boot. Grumbly, too. They want our house back, our home.
They cannot do that. I'm innocent. I tell you, innocent. They cannot lay this upon you. Upon the both of us.
I have a few bob for fencing a trifle, enough to shelter me tonight at Whitechapel. I shall be all right.
In your position? No, this is injustice incarnate. They cannot fling you into the streets. It's sickening.
Johnny, the stone, the fuss, your name is everywhere. What they whisper, what they print, I cannot tell what to believe.
That stone. That horrid, wretched stone. I did not touch it. Never. The old bill. They knew my past and were all too eager to trap me here. Throw away the key. But you must go, Lizzie. This place, it's no fit for a pregnant woman.
In my heart, I know you're a good man, John Horner. I know you'd only do what is right. But if there is aught you know, you must tell the coppers.
What? You dare suggest that I confess to a thing that I did not do? You think I stole the Blue Carbuncle?
Johnny, I don't know what to think.
I did not. I tell you, I did not steal it.
I must go. The workhouse curfew will not wait. I'm so sorry. So very sorry, Johnny.
I love you, Lizzie. I love you. Elisabeth Horner.
Goodbye, Johnny.
A fleeting visit, Horner. Take what you can.
She has enough going on. I will not burden her further.
Aye. She's been fed well this Christmas, it seems. Very plump. Pity though, the child will be a bastard.
No, stop it. I'm innocent, I tell you, innocent.
If you were, Horner, you wouldn't be in here. Good day to you.
I'm innocent. Innocent.
Oh, Dr. Watson, you're back so soon. 2 visits in a day, we are blessed. I take it you are engaged on a case?
Quite so, Mrs. Hudson.
I suspected as much. Since he left a number of hours, he's done nothing but put horsehair to steel and has been playing that violin.
Sweet melodies, I hope.
That's one way to put it. He'll be expecting you.
Then I won't keep him waiting. Thank you, Mrs. Hudson.
Ah, Watson! I trust you are fulfilled in your day's activities and eager to continue our work on this case.
Quite so, Holmes. And I saw from the evening editions of our advert has been published. I hope it won't be long until Mr. Baker answers it.
I believe he will be coming up presently. There's a man outside eyeing up the house. He's in a Scotch bonnet and has his coat buttoned up to his chin. I believe this is our man.
Then we should invite him in.
No need. Show him up, Mrs. Hudson!
Of course. Do this, do that. Never get a flippin' moment's peace.
Good evening, sirs. Oh, it is a dastardly night out there. The road is very slick indeed. I have come about your advertisement.
Mr. Henry Baker, I believe. Pray, take this chair by the fire, Mr. Baker. It is a cold night, and I observe that your circulation is more adapted for summer than for winter. Is that your hat, Mr. Baker?
Oh, yes, sir. That is undoubtedly my hat.
We have retained these things for some days, because we expected to see an advertisement from you giving your address. I am at a loss to know now why you did not advertise.
Shillings have not been so plentiful for me as they once were. I had no doubt that the gang of roughs who assaulted me had carried off both my hat and the bird. I did not care to spend more money in a hopeless attempt at recovering.
Well, quite naturally.
By the way, about the bird. We were compelled to eat it.
To eat it?
Yes, it would have been of no use to anyone had we not done so. But I presume that this other goose upon the sideboard, which is about the same weight and perfectly fresh, will answer your purpose equally well.
Oh, certainly, certainly.
Of course, we still have the feathers, legs, crop, and so on of your own bird, if you wish.
Oh, they might be useful to me as relics of my adventure. But beyond that, I can hardly see what use the disjecta membra of my late acquaintance are going to be to me. No, sir, I think that, with your permission, I will confine my attentions to the excellent bird which I perceive upon the sideboard.
Here is your hat, then, and there your bird.
This is most kind. Oh, I am delighted to be reunited with my hat, and joyed to have a fresh bird to take home to the missus. She wasn't best pleased when I returned empty-handed last time, with only a bruised bunce to show for my troubles.
I am sure that this splendid bird will more than make up for the one that we devoured. It was a gorgeous feast.
Quite so. By the way, would it bore you to tell me where you got the other one from? I'm somewhat of a fowl fancier, and I have seldom seen a better grown goose.
Certainly, sir. There are a few of us who frequent the Alpha Inn near the museum. We are to be found in the museum itself during the day, you understand. This year, our good host, Windigate by name, instituted a goose club, by which, on consideration of some few pence every week, we were to each receive a bird at Christmas. My pence were duly paid, and the rest is familiar to you. I am much indebted to you, sir, for a Scotch bonnet is fitted neither to my years nor my gravity. I bid you good night, and a happy Christmas.
Good night, Mr. Baker, and a pleasant New Year when it comes. So much for Mr. Henry Baker. It is quite certain that he knows nothing whatever about the matter.
Are you hungry, Watson?
Not particular.
I suggest that we turn our dinner into a supper and follow up this clue while it is still hot.
By all means.
We must fetch a hansom and make our way with haste to the Alpha Inn. We've got to deal with some foul play. The game is afoot.
Here we are, sirs. Bloomsbury, the Alpha Inn.
Thank you, driver. What's the score?
For you, Dr. Watson, Mr. Sherlock Holmes, not a penny. I am an avid reader of the Strand, and for payment would only like a mention in your next story. Vince Gallagher is the name.
Then, Mr. Gallagher, you have my word for a mention. Thank you very much, and a Merry Christmas to you.
Merry Christmas, sirs. Walk on. Hee-ha!
Courteous cove, that cab driver. Wasn't half conversation.
Quite so, Watson. He brought us to her intended destination, the Alpha Inn. Are you familiar with this establishment?
Not a jot. Rarely come this way.
Well, my friend, do you fancy a pale ale to blow the cobwebs away this dank evening?
It would be medicinal.
Then let us enter.
Evening, gentlemen. My compliments of the season to you both indeed.
Good evening to you. What do you call night?
It ain't like that, sir. There's icicles forming down in the basement. We are melting the barrels as we speak. Can I get you a brew?
Indeed. 2 pints of your finest bitter, please.
Certainly. Come and right up. Please take a seat.
Thank you. I cannot recall the last time we spent having a drink in the public house.
It is an infrequent occurrence, which makes it all the more special.
Did you manage to celebrate Christmas this year, Holmes?
I celebrate Christmas in my own way, Watson. I'm not a Scrooge, but neither am I given to the exuberant displays that so delight our fellow men. I find no fault in their cheer. Indeed, the laughter of children and the glow of a hearth are fine antidotes to the chill of our London fog. But sentiment, like mulled wine, should be taken in moderation. To me, the season offers a rare quietude. The city slows, the criminal class, like hibernating beasts, grow sluggish. It is then that one may think clearly about the pattern of a life, the threads of a case half solved, or even the simple meanings behind some of our greatest concertos, and the geniuses who compose them. A pipe, a measure of whiskey, and the crackle of the fire. These are sufficient companions. Do not mistake me, Watson. I have respect for the spirit of goodwill that pervades the air. So let others toast and carol. For my part, I find my own comfort in quiet contemplation, and in the knowledge that, for a brief moment, the world seems content to rest.
Here you are, gents. 2 pints of Joe Bell's finest pale ale. I hope they are enough to warm your cockles on this miserable night.
Thank you very much. It sounds, my friend, that your Christmas was spent in quite solemnity, and with your own thoughts for company. You had no family visits, no appointment to keep with a large goose and cranberries in the company of your brother?
No. Mycroft's recent bout of indolence likely means he is in no condition for festive company. I fear that 2 immovable objects would collide if the Holmes brothers spent their Noel together, and immovable is certainly the word I would use to describe Mycroft these days. How was your Christmas spent, Watson?
Mine? Rather more conventional, I fear. There was the warmth of the hearth, a few old friends, and Mary's excellent plum pudding, which, I confess, I would have softened even your ascetic heart. I dined in pleasant company, yet as I looked upon the laughter and the firelight, my thoughts turned, as they so often do, to the past and to my absent friends. There are always faces one misses at such times. Those who have long left us, and others whose paths have simply diverged from our own. I thought, too, of that solitary Christmas I spent in the East during my army days. I raise a glass each year to the simple grace of having survived to see another season's end. It is a curious thing, Holmes. The merriment of Christmas seems only complete when all the fragments of one's life fall, however briefly, into a proper order. And though I would not trade the company of friends or the comfort of a full table, there is something singular in the quiet fellowship of a place such as this. A public house on a cold night where the talk is easy and the world feels, for once, at peace. Perhaps we should do this more often. So you see, old fellow, even when you choose solitude, you are not entirely alone in it.
To the quiet kind of Christmas, then.
Aye. And to the old friends who we make it so.
Old friends.
By Jove, the barrel that excreted this beverage must be a jovial one.
It is indeed a fine brew. I wonder if the geese offered here are as fine as the beer. Excuse me.
Aye, everything's all right, gents. Everything's satisfactory.
Quite so, quite so. Your beer is excellent. It is as good as your geese.
My geese?
Yes. We were speaking only half an hour ago to Mr. Henry Baker, who was a member of your goose club.
Ah, yes, I see. But you see, sir, them's not our geese.
Indeed. Then whose?
Well, I got the 24 from a salesman in Covent Garden.
Indeed. I know some of them. Which was it?
Breckinridge is his name.
Ah! Well, here's to your good health, landlord, and prosperity to your house. Good night.
Good night, gents. Best wishes for the rest of the season.
Holmes, I do believe that this wintry night we find ourselves on is on a proverbial pursuit.
Proverbial?
Indeed. One might call our evening antics a wild goose chase.
Very droll, Watson. I shall treasure that exceedingly humorous jest, but before the market sellers close up for the night, I believe we should swallow these beers with haste and make for Covent Garden.
Covent Garden. We'll have to pass through Holborn, down Endell Street, and so through a zigzag of slums to Covent Garden Market. A hardy walk. Perhaps we should have one more for the round before going our way.
I do not believe that is a wise use of our time. We may drink in great plenty once the riddle is solved. Now, for Mr. Breckinridge. Remember, Watson, that though we have so homely a thing as a goose at one end of this chain, we have at the other a man who will certainly get 7 years penal servitude unless we can establish his innocence. It is possible that our inquiry may but confirm his guilt, but in any case, we have a line of investigation which has been missed by the police, and which a singular chance has placed in our hands. Let us follow it out to the bitter end. Faces to the south, then, and quick march!
No rest for the wicked. Coats buttoned up, and off we go.
Good tidings, sirs.
Holmes, I say, I could greatly have used a nip of something Highland to warm me. It's positively freezing this evening. I fear I shall soon have icicles dangling from my nose.
Indeed, Watson, it is inclement. All the more reason to unravel this mystery swiftly.
I cannot fathom how that brass band can manage to play in such weather. Are their lips not frozen to the instruments? Surely music must have some sort of warming effect.
Quite so, quite so. And have you located our quarry yet? I'm scrutinizing every detail among these vendors.
It perplexes me how the market remains so lively at this hour. Ah, there it is, Breckinridge. I see the sign.
Ah, yes. Here is a man who may finally be able to put an end to our quest. Good evening. It's a cold night.
Uh-huh, that it is.
Sold out of geese, I see.
Let you have 500 tomorrow morning.
That's no good.
Well, there are some on the stall of the gas flare.
Ah, but I was recommended to you.
Who by?
The landlord of the Alpha.
Ah, yes. I sent him a couple of dozen.
Fine birds they were, too. Where did you get them from?
Now then, mister, what are you driving at? Let's have it straight now.
It is straight enough. I should like to know who sold you the geese which you supplied to the Alpha.
Well then, I shan't tell you. So now.
Oh, it is a matter of no importance. I don't know why you should be so warm over such a trifle.
Warm? You'd be as warm maybe if you were as pestered as I am. When I pay good money for a good article, there should be an end of the business. But it's where are the geese? And who did you sell the geese to? And what did you take for the geese? One would think they were the only geese in the world to hear such a fuss made over them.
Well, I have no connection with any other people who have been making inquiries. I am sorry, Watson. I'm afraid the bet is off.
Oh, yes, eh? The bet? What bet?
Bet? What bet? Come clean now.
Oh, yes, of no matter. Foolish now. But I'm always ready to back my opinion on a matter of fowls, and I have a fiver on it that the bird I ate is country bred.
Well then, you've lost your fiver, for it's town bred.
It's nothing of the kind.
I say it is.
I don't believe it.
Do you think you know more about fowls than I, who have handled them ever since I was a nipper? I tell you, all those birds that went to the Alpha were town bred.
You'll never persuade me to believe that.
Will you bet then?
It's merely taking your money, for I know I am right. But you'll have a sovereign on with you, just to teach you not to be so obscene.
Look, here in me books. Let's find the order. I'm a good salesman. Always note down where the goods are procured and where they go. I'm an honest man.
We shall see.
Now then, Mr. Cockshaw. I thought I was out of geese before I finish. You'll find there was only one left in my shop. You see this little book?
Well?
That's the list of the folk from whom I buy, do you see? Well then, here on this page are the country folk, and the numbers after their names are where their accounts are in the big ledger. Now then, you see this other page in red ink? Well, that's the list of my town suppliers. Now look at that third name. Just read it out to me.
Mrs. Oakshott, 117 Brixton Road, 249.
Quite so. Now turn it up in that ledger.
Mrs. Oakshott, 117 Brixton Road. Egg and poultry supplier.
Now then, what's the last entry?
December 22nd, 24 geese.
Quite so. There you are. And underneath?
Sold to Mr. Windigate of the Alpha at 12 shillings. He has you, Holmes.
What have you to say now? Thank you very much. Not so high and proud now, are you? Aye, walk away.
Holmes, what were you playing at with that charade?
When you see a man with whiskers of that cut and the pink onion protruding out of his pocket, you can always draw him in by a bet. I dare say that if I had put £100 down in front of him, that man would not have given me such complete information as was drawn from him by the idea that he was doing
Please,
me
man.
a wage.
The geese. I need to know what happened to the geese. You fail to see the importance of it all, but I am telling you, it is life and death. There is much depending on you generously donating the information I seek and just releasing what information you have on this accursed goose. The situation is foul enough without the main cause being foul itself.
Oh, fantastic, Holmes. Pity it cost us a fiver, though.
Well, Watson, we are, I fancy, nearing the end of our quest, and the only point which remains to be determined is whether we should go on to this Mrs. Oakshott tonight, or whether we should reserve it for tomorrow. It is clear from what that surly fellow said that there are others besides ourselves who are anxious about the matter, and I should.
I've had enough of you and your geese. I wish you were all at the devil together. If you come pestering to me any more of your silly talk, I'll set the dog on you. You bring Mrs. Oakshott here and I'll answer her. But what have you to do with it? Did I buy geese off you?
No, but one of them was mine all the same.
Well then, ask Mrs. Oakshott for it.
She told me to ask you.
Well then, you can ask the King of Prussia for all I care. I've had enough of it. Get out of this. Jasper!
There is no need for that. No need. I am going. See? I am going.
Ha! This may save us a visit to Brixton Road. Come with me, and we will see what is to be made of this fellow.
You there. Wait! Wait!
Who are you, then? What do you want?
You will excuse us, but we could not help overhearing the questions which you put to the salesman just now. I think that I could be of assistance to you.
You? Who are you? How could you know anything of this matter?
My name is Sherlock Holmes. It is my business to know what other people do not know.
But you can know nothing of this.
Excuse me, I know everything of it. You are endeavouring to trace some geese which were sold by Mrs. Oakshott of Brixton Road to a salesman named Breckinridge, by him in turn to Mr. Windigate of the Alpha, and by him to his club, of which Mr. Henry Baker is a member.
Oh, sir, you are the very man who I have longed to meet. I can hardly explain to you how interested I am in this matter.
In that case, we had better discuss it in a cosy room rather than in this windswept marketplace. But pray tell me, before we go farther, who it is that I have the pleasure of assisting. Watson, if you will.
Of course. Cabbie!
My name is John Robinson.
No, the real name. It is always awkward doing business with an alias.
Well then, my real name is James Ryder.
Precisely so. Head attendant at the Hotel Cosmopolitan.
Ah, Cabbie!
Say, it's Dr. Watson again. You are a bad penny this evening, sir. Return trip, is it?
Quite so.
Mr. Ryder, pray step into the cab, and I shall soon be able to tell you everything which you would wish to know.
What's the address, gentlemen?
221B Baker Street.
And be swift. There is a stench in this cabin.
Begging your pardon, sirs.
Our newfound company, a night as cold and blistering as this, appears to be sweating. Ride on, Cabbie. Now, come along, Mr. Ryder. You'll be warmer inside.
Unhand me, sir.
Come along.
What's the fare, Cabbie? Vince, wasn't it?
That's right, Dr. Watson. Once again, it is my privilege to drive the pair of you through London. My compliments of the season, sirs. Good night, and I hope you give the fiend what's for him.
Good night.
Oh, Dr. Watson, what's going on? Who is this man that Mr. Holmes has just dragged up the stairs?
I believe we have our man. The person behind all this foul play.
I thought the police already had the man.
We might be a way to uncover the truth. I must assist Holmes in this nefarious affair.
Well, I hope you get the blackguard. I've got the fire stoked and ready for you, sirs. It'll be nice and warm, and there's fresh brandy in the decanter.
Mrs. Hudson, you are sainted.
Here we are. The fire looks very seasonable in this weather. You look cold, Mr. Ryder. Pray take the basket chair. I will just put on my slippers before we settle this little matter of yours.
Ah, that is warm in here. Time we got to the bottom of all this.
Indeed, Watson. Now then, Mr. Ryder. You want to know what became of those geese?
Yes, sir.
Or rather, I fancy, of that goose. It was one bird, I imagine, in which you were interested. White, with a black bar across the tail.
Oh, sir, the very one. Can you tell me where it went to?
It came here.
Here?
Yes, and a most remarkable bird it proved. I don't wonder that you should take an interest in it. It laid an egg after it was dead, the bonniest, brightest little blue egg that was ever seen. I have it here in my museum. See?
That stone! It's mine! Give me it!
Stay seated!
No, this can't be!
The game's up, Ryder. Hold up, man, or you'll be into the fire. Give him an arm back into his chair, Watson. He's not got blood enough to go in for felony with impunity. Give him a dash of brandy. So! How he looks a little more human. What a shrimp it is, to be sure. I have almost every link in my hands and all the proofs which I could possibly need, so there is little which you need tell me. Still, that little may as well be cleared up to make the case complete. You had heard, Ryder, of this blue stone of the Countess of Morcar's.
It was Catherine Cusack who told me of it.
I see, her ladyship's waiting maid. Well, the temptation of sudden wealth so easily acquired was too much for you, as it had been for better men before you. But you were not very scrupulous in the means you used. It seems to me, Ryder, that there is the making of a very pretty villain in you. You knew that this man Horner, the plumber, had been concerned in some such matter before, and that suspicion would rest the more readily upon him. What did you do then? You made some small job in my lady's room. You and your confederate Cusack, and you managed that he should be the man sent for it. Then, when he had left, you rifled the jewel case, raised the alarm, and had this unfortunate man arrested. You then...
For God's sake, have mercy! Think of my father, of my mother. It would break their hearts. I never went wrong before. I never will again. I swear it. I swear it on a Bible. Oh, don't bring it into court. For Christ's sake, don't.
Get back into your chair. It is very well to cringe and crawl now, but you thought little enough of this poor Horner in the dock for a crime of which he knew nothing.
I will fly, Mr. Holmes. I will leave this country, sir. Then the charge against him will break down.
We will talk about that. And now let us hear a true account of the next act. How came the stone into the goose? And how came the goose into the open market? Tell us the truth, for their lie is your only hope of safety.
I will tell you this, just as it happened, sir. When Conor had been arrested, it seemed to me that it would be best for me to get away with the stone at once, for I did not know what moment the police might take it into their heads to search me and my room. There was no place in the hotel where it would be safe. I went out as if on some commission, and I made for my sister's house. She had married a man named Oakshott and lived in Brixton Road, where she fattened fowls for the market. All the way there, every man I met seemed to be a policeman or a detective. And for all that, it was a cold night, the sweat pouring down my face before I came to the Brixton Road. My sister asked me what the matter was and why I was so pale, but I told her that I had been upset by the jewel robbery at the hotel. Then I went into the backyard and smoked a pipe, and wondered what it would be best to do.
With the carbuncles safely stowed away upon your person, you then what exactly? Assaulted some poor goose and made it your accomplice in this crooked matter?
I had a friend once called Maudsley who went to the bad and has just been serving his time in Pentonville.
Maudsley. I am familiar with that name. Works for a Napoleon of the criminal world, a master villain who has so far eluded me. Did you write to this Maudsley?
To my shame, sir, one day he had met me and fell into talk about the ways of thieves and how they could get rid of what they stole. I knew that he would be true to me, for I knew one or two things about him. So I made up my mind to go right on to Kilburn where he lived and take him into my confidence. I sent a message first to let him know I was coming. He would show me how to turn the stone into money, but how to get to him safely. I thought of the agonies I had gone through in coming from the hotel. I might at any moment be seized and searched, and there would be a stone in my waistcoat pocket. I was leaning against the wall at the time, looking at the geese which were waddling around about my feet. And suddenly, an idea came into my head, which showed me how I could beat the best detective that ever lived.
You had certainly managed to go over the heads of Scotland Yard's finest.
My sister had told me some weeks before that I might have pick of her geese for a Christmas present, and I knew that she was always as good as her word. I would take my goose now, and in it I would carry my stone to Kilburn. There was a little shed in the yard, and behind this I drove one of the birds, a fine big one, white, with a barred tail. I caught it. Prying its bill open, I thrust the stone into its throat as far as my finger could reach. The bird gave a gulp, and I felt the stone pass along its gullet down to its crop. But the creature flapped and struggled, and out came my sister to know what was the matter. As I turned to speak to her, the brute broke loose and fluttered off among the others, like swallowing a pebble. Bloody thing. What have I done?
Whatever were you doing with that bird, Jen?
Well, Mags, you said you'd give me one for Christmas, and I was just feeling which was the fattest.
Oh, we've set yours aside for you, Jen's bird, we call it. The big white one over yonder. There's 26 of them, which makes one for you, one for us, and 2 dozen for the market.
Thank you, Maggie. But if it's all the same to you, I'd rather have that one I was handling just now.
The other's a good £3 heavier, and we fattened it expressly for you.
Never mind, I'll have the other, and I'll take it now.
Alright then, it is Christmas and I did promise. Just as you like then. Which is the one you want?
That white one with the barred tail, right in the middle of the flock.
Very well. Kill it and take it with you.
Kill it? What with?
Here's my cleaver. Make it clean, make it quick, or Jackson won't be impressed.
Right you are. Best try not to get my working clothes splattered either. Alright, come here you price bird. Come to jam. Well, I did what she said, Mr. Holmes. I carried the bird all the way to Kilburn. I told my pal what I had done, for he was a man that it was easy to tell a thing like that to. He laughed until he choked, and we got a knife and opened the goose.
This is the finest caper I've heard since Music Hall Farce. A jewel worth a king's ransom. Tucked inside a headless goose? Ryder, you are a marvel.
Laugh if you like, but I don't mind saying it's setting my nerves on edge.
Of course it is. Look at you. Sweat pouring off your brow like the docks on New Year's Day. You're not cut out of his life, Ryder. Never were.
Just get on with it, will you? Once it's done, you'll know where to take the stone.
I always know where to take things of value. I have a man. Goes by the name of Hang about.
What is it?
What's your trick, Ryder?
My trick?
Don't play fool with me. I have a blade in my hand and blood on the table. If you've crossed me, now's the time to confess.
I swear, I haven't.
Then why is there nothing here?
Nothing.
No stone, no glint. No bloody blue carbuncle.
Oh God.
Speak. You've got the oppositics coming on?
It's the wrong goose. My heart turned to water, for there was no sign of a stone, and I knew that some terrible mistake had occurred. Maudsley was a fit of rage. So he were. I left the bird, rushed back to my sister's, and hurried into the backyard. There was not a bird to be seen there. Where are they all, Maggie?
Gone to the dealer's gym. For the purpose they have been reared.
Which dealers?
What's it to you? You ain't half sweating, Jim. Never seen you like this in all my pup. Well, if you must know, it's a Breckinridge of Covent Garden.
But was there an Otto with a barred tail? The same one as the one I chose?
Yes, Jim. There's 2 bar-tailed ones, and I can never tell them apart. Like identical twins, those birds.
Good God. Well then, of course I saw it all. I ran off as hard as my feet would carry me to this man, Breckinridge. But he had sold the lot at once, and not one word would he tell me as to where they had gone. You heard him to yourself tonight. Well, he has always answered me like that. My sister thinks I'm going mad. Sometimes I think I am myself, and now I myself am a branded thief without ever having touched the wealth for which I sold my character. God help me. God help me.
Get out.
What? Sir? Oh, heavens bless you.
No more words. Get out!
Holmes, sometimes you astound me. We have spent most of this evening traipsing around London to uncover the truth of how the Countess of Morcar's friend Carbuncle materialized within the crop of a goose which has become a part of 2 robberies. We eventually catch up to our quarry, but with some degree of luck, I put it. Only for you to turn him out onto the street. Whatever is going through that remarkable mind of yours?
There are times, Watson, where within these 4 walls people will distill their souls, often leaving wet patches within their rugs when they do so. I operate solo, with the exception of yourself, my Boswell, as a singular and unique entity within the world of crime. After all, Watson, I am not retained by the police to supply the deficiencies. If Horner were in danger, it would be another thing. But this fellow will not appear against him, and the case must collapse. I suppose that I'm commuting felony, but it is just possible that I am saving a soul. This fellow will not go wrong again. He is too terribly frightened to survive with his conscience will be his imprisonment. Send him to jail now, you make him a jailbird for life. Besides, it is the season for forgiveness.
You are saving a life. They should make you take the Hippocratic Oath.
Chance has put it on our way, a most singular and whimsical problem, and its solution is its own reward. We must write to the Countess of Morcar at once and tell her we have her carbuncle, and then to the constabulary and ensure Horner is released. If you will have the goodness to touch the bell, Doctor, we will begin another investigation, in which also a bird will be the chief feature.
Of course, my friend. And I hope that it is to be a very thorough investigation.
Stand up! Stand up!
I'm standing. What's going on?
Walk with me, sir.
Right you are. What's going on?
Take these documents, will you, sir?
What are they?
Your discharge papers, sir. It seems there has been some administration error, and we are releasing you immediately. I am most sorry for the circumstances that led to your arrest, sir. You have a Mr. Sherlock Holmes to thank for your release. You got a note to us at once when he had discovered the carbuncle itself, misplaced it seems, not stolen, and is now returned to the Countess herself. There appears to be no foul play in this matter. Well, not that sort of foul play anyway.
I don't understand.
You don't have to, sir. You're a free man, and you have a very impatient lady waiting for you.
Thank you.
Johnny!
Lizzie, I thought I might not ever see you again. I'm so happy. They've let me go.
Of course they have, Johnny Horner, because you're a good man, and I love you very much. Come, there's a carriage waiting.
Please, I'm desperate to be rid of this place.
Merry Christmas, sir. Merry Christmas, ma'am.
Come on, Johnny, the coach is waiting.
Evans to Betsy. What's all this?
I know, it was sent to us. There's gifts inside, vouchers, a bit of money. Johnny, it's all worked out.
But who sent it? What's the deal?
Look, there was a note, see?
Let's take a look. I've been following your ideal to this festive season and realised the toll it has taken. So I made sure this carriage would be here to see you released. There's a room booked for you tonight at the Hotel Cosmopolitan, Royal Suite. And I have it on good terms that you should be allowed to stay there for as long as needed to get yourselves set up. There is also a very plump goose impatiently awaiting you at the hotel. Signed, S.H.
Come on, Johnny, it's all waiting for us.
Of course it is. God bless us. God bless us, Elisabeth. Merry Christmas, Mr. Holmes.
Come in.
Begging your pardon, Professor.
Ah, Mr. Maudsley. You are quite welcome. I was expecting you.
I would not ordinarily trouble you at such an hour, sir. But there's been a development. You're familiar with a man named Ryder?
Indeed. An upper attendant at the Cosmopolitan. A resourceful fellow, though not an intelligent one. Will you take tea?
You're most kind, sir.
Milk? Sugar?
Neither, thank you.
Very wise.
Ryder wrote to me, an atrocious hand, claiming that he had lately come into possession of a certain object of consequence. It was his intention that I might take this acquisition off his hands and flog it, Professor.
Yes, the consequence proved short-lived. The jewel is once again for the Countess of Morcar.
Just so, sir. We split his goose open with my cleaver to find the egg blown away.
A disappointment. Had it passed through your hands, I have no doubt it would have reached mine in due course.
I am not adverse to exertion, Professor, but matters are always simpler when men like Ryder take the initial risk.
Quite. One prefers an intermediary. It is untidy work, relieving a goose of its burden.
I met Ryder to recover the stone. He spoke of unusual circumstances of its return to the Countess.
Unusual, you say? Then something intervened?
Yes, sir. He was discovered.
By whom?
A detective. Lives at 221B Baker Street. Name is Holmes. Sherlock Holmes.
Sherlock Holmes. The great detective. Did Ryder give you up to him as the owner of the next Blue Carbuncle?
Aye, Professor.
Then the detective will begin to take notice.
Shall I make arrangements?
Not yet, but inform the Red-Headed League that they are to remain alert. One must be cautious when a man of imagination intrudes upon practical affairs.
At once, Professor. And under what name shall I announce you? Another alias?
No.
Your real title?
Yes, aliases invite curiosity, and this Mr. Holmes will be curious enough already.
What name shall I give, sir?
Tell them I am waiting. Tell them that Professor James Moriarty is waiting.
You have been listening to Annasach Audio's production of Sherlock Holmes and the Blue Carbuncle. Sherlock Holmes was played by Scott Duncan, Dr. John Watson by Nathan Matemba, John Horner by Sammy Gregson, Elisabeth Horner, Ruby Mugisha, James Ryder, Joe Goldwin, Catherine Cusack, Maria Garcia, Mrs. Hudson, Alex Grant, Henry Baker, Logan Hamilton, Windigate, Conor Bertie, Breckinridge, Otto Burcher, Wiggins and the Cabbie, Connor Phillips, Peterson, Hamish Swinton, the Countess of Morcar and Maggie Oakshott, Melissa Cuthbertson, Maudsley, Casper Tracey, the Constable, Campbell Napier, the Professor, Samuel Murray. All other parts were played by members of the cast. Sherlock Holmes and the Blue Carbuncle was written by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. Adapted for audio by Tom Christensen. The script editor was Danny McFawns. The sound designer, Ryan Sujevs. Composer, Will Harrison. Directed by Tom Christensen. And produced by Annasach Audio.
Let's freaking go, guys.